Dude.
Now what?
You remember your Q&A thing?
Yeah, the one back in August?
Yeah, well, you got a lot of questions.
Oh, don't be dramatic. It's probably not that much. I think that's the line. That's kind of what I'm expecting. It's it. Huh. Door's stuck. Told you it was a lot.
Why won't it?
Believe me now?
Yeah, now I believe you.
That's a lot. I guess we better answer them. Roll the intro! Oh my god. How does it feel to actually see a Weebird 46 video? I can't believe it's already September, October, December, January, February. February. It's February now. Yes, you may have noticed the very, very long delay. And of course, nothing happened during that 5 to almost 6 month period, right? Right? Nah. But for real though, a lot of things did happen in that small amount of time. First, thank you for 700 subs. Currently it's 744 as I'm recording this. So, yeah, thank you all for being here and giving me a chance and all the stuff coming out to my streams and, you know, of course, sticking around for future stuff I'm doing on the channel. And to everyone who has been here, I am very, very sorry that I took this long to finish it. I was just not motivated at all, and I had to deal with other stuff in my life that I will not go into detail with. So, let's finally answer some questions that need to be answered. Yes. I do want to keep in mind that a lot of the questions I did skim over, so if I miss your question, not every question will be answered, but a lot of people said a lot of duplicate questions, so don't feel bad if you're not in the thing. Just note that I read all of them, and I love you all, platonically, of course. Let's start this shindig, shall we? Okay, one question that I got frequently throughout the Q&A announcement video was, where's my name, where did the number come from, how did I get my name, etc, etc. A lot of people asked this, so I'm gonna bunch this up into the beginning. First, my name came from actually needing a Minecraft username back all the way in 2013, I want to say. Basically, I came up with it in about an hour. The Wii part in my name came... Basically, I took my favorite console at the time, I took my favorite game at the time, which was actually Angry Birds, and I just mashed those two things together. And then the number, because, you know, you have to have a number in your name, because you had to be cool. And that was kind of like the cool thing to do in the day. I ate Chinese food that day, and my fortune cookie, at least on the back of it, had one of my lucky numbers be 46. And so I just thought that looked cool. And, yeah, the rest is history. I made that username, and now I'm here. That one dude asks, how much pizza would you eat if today was the last day you could ever eat pizza? If it was the last day I could ever eat pizza, then literally every freaking meal, like, a ton. I don't know, like maybe 7 pies? Yeah, I would eat a lot. Did you beat Inner Agent 3? And if so, how hard was it? I have not, but I'm planning to stream that very soon. 3. Would you stop being a Splattuber for 1 mil subscribers instantly? No. First, if I gained 1 million subscribers instantly, that would look extremely weird. And second, I prefer having a small but very active community. I am very proud of that, because I know some people who have big numbers, but don't have a very active community, and there's very rarely anybody that interacts in those communities. So I'm happy for the small community and have and I wouldn't trade it for the world. And plus, I love Splatoon, so I mean, yeah, no. 4. If Splatoon 3 was very bad gameplay-wise, would you stick to Splatoon 2? I would probably go back and forth, since it was just recently announced. Again, this video is quite old now. I'd probably go back and forth, but I probably would play Splatoon 3, especially of how it looks and the weapons, and no spawn camping, which is cool, and I'm excited. But let's move on. IDK asks 3 questions. People are asking personal questions, so I'm gonna be big brain questions. 1, is sand called sand because it's between the sea and the land? Actually, the reason why it's called sand is it's because it comes from an old English word, sand. I'm not joking about that. And that word usually meant to describe something finer than dirt, but coarser than gravel. Fun fact. 2, are birds singing or screaming because they are afraid of height? No, they're talking. I wouldn't say maybe singing, because birds do get bored. So fun fact, birds do get bored. And 3, what's your favorite dog food? Blue. It would have to be blue, because Miscellaneous sucks. Elbean asks, where do you see yourself years later on YouTube? Plus, that was also a sick animation. I can read English, oh my god. Where do I see myself later on YouTube? Probably still doing this, honestly. Just with better equipment, realistically, and hopefully better motivation. And probably branching out to other video games too, because I love Splatoon, don't get me wrong, but I also love a lot of other video games. I don't know. I'll see what the future has for me, but for right now, I'll continue on with my YouTube channel and stuff and all that jazz. So, let's just say I ain't going anywhere. Crazy Owo asks, what games were your childhood games? Ooh, that's a good one. I would have to say Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2, particularly the re-releases on the GameCube were 2 games that I poured tons and tons of hours into. As well as later on Super Mario Galaxy, Mario Kart Double Dash, and Super Smash Bros. Melee. Mainly the GameCube was my childhood console, so it makes sense a lot of the stuff was. But I was more of a Sonic fan than I was a Nintendo fan. I later found, grew a fondness for Mario games, but I was mainly a Sonic fan through and through. So Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic 3 and Knuckles, and a lot more games. Mario Kart DS especially is one that's a fondness. But yeah, I've had a lot of childhood games, but we literally could be here all day. But I'll probably do it or answer it probably on a live stream or something of every game and go through every list. But that would be too long. Thank you for the question. Let's move on. Oi Leader Boss asks, Shantae Half Genie Hero for a stream? Absolutely. I would love to do Shantae Half Genie Hero. So I guess expect that soon. However, I don't know if I'll do it on YouTube or Twitch. Probably YouTube, because it would be very fun. But yeah, thank you for the question, Oi Leader Boss. Let's move on. Red Cat Videos asks, how do I turn my Wii into a bird? You give it wings and you throw it out the window. There you go. Tabby Tot asks, will you not answer this question with another people's question? Mario Sands asks, one question, do you want to have a super bad time? Every waking moment of my life's a bad time. Oh, God. This is more of a collective question, but what software do you use to edit and to draw or to animate or to do whatever you do? First, I use the full Adobe suites to do what I do. I use a mixture of Adobe Animation and Photoshop to do the animation, plus a couple other methods. For editing, I use Premiere and After Effects and a couple of plugins along with those things. And for drawing, I use a mix of Photoshop and Paint Tool Sci. I heavily use Paint Tool Sci. And in terms of what do I draw on, I draw on an XP pen Artist 12. Zero Pop Tarts asks, favorite food, Sour Patch Kids or Sour Patch Watermelon? And favorite food? First, my favorite food is stroganoff, beef stroganoff to be exact. I could literally eat it all day. And between Sour Patch Kids or Sour Patch Watermelon, I would have to go with the original Sour Patch Kids. I'm sorry, I do like the watermelon flavor, but I gotta go with the original. Gotta go with the OG, you know what I'm saying? That was almost English. Anyways, next, thank you, Zero Pop Tarts. Very much appreciated. Next question. Kalik or Mr. Supersonic 711 asks, how long have you been doing art, Weebird? I've been doing art since, like 3. I want to do one of those, like, going back through the old art book and seeing how far I've progressed. That'd be very interesting. But I've been drawing and mainly being a creative person since I was fairly young. I was always into arts and crafts, and my mom would always encourage me to be as creative as I can possibly be. So much so that she turned our kitchen into a creative art room, just so like we could keep creating and doing art and all this stuff, and we would explore different mediums, and she would constantly feed my creativity. So I do give credit to her for that. But I've been drawing seriously for about 2013, I would say, when I turned 12. That's when I started like fully going in seriously about what I wanted to do in life. And yeah, that's how long, since freaking 2013. Almost, of course, if you look at the announcement of Splatoon 1, that lines up pretty well. So match made in heaven, if you know what I'm saying. Thank you, Kalik. Very much appreciated. Also, do good, buddy. My friend Epi da Peppy da Zeppy da Bone Beppity asks, milk before cereal or cereal before milk? First, cereal before milk. If you do it backwards, you're a heathen and you're just wasting milk and precious resources. We're living in a time of scarcity. Why would you ever do that? Why would you ever torture yourself? Who taught you how to pour? Who taught you how to make cereal? But it's not that hard. It's cereal before the milk. If you don't do that, you're a heathen. You waste so much milk, and no, you're wasting so much milk. Milk's more expensive than cereal half the time. So, yeah, if this is a heated topic, but yes, to answer your question, Epi, it's cereal before milk. If you do it the other way, the door's right there. You can leave. My British boy Ice Grill asks, what is your opinion on backflips? I can do them, and front flips are easier, but backflips are definitely cooler. 2, which Koopaling is your favorite? I would have to say Iggy by a long shot. Look at his design. I freaking love it. Look at him. He's so kooky. He's like, hey, I'm gonna get you. Thank you, Ice Grill. Iggy all the way. My lovely pal Dr. Spinell asks, 1, how's quarantine life? That's I mean, I didn't go out anyways. I mean, not a whole lot has changed other than moving out and, yeah, trying to find a new place. Yep, other than that, pretty aight. 2, any video ideas that haven't come to fruition? Yes, actually. I was going to edit down my 17 hours of playing the Final Fest. However, the audio is quite crap, and that's 17 hours worth of footage that I really do not want to go through anymore. Unless I had help, then I would totally upload it, but the video, those live streams are kind of old now, so yeah. 3, do you still have gamer essence? Of course, my boy. Freaking dripping like a broken faucet, my guy. Just practically a fountain of gamer essence. Thank you, Dr. Spinell. The Hungry Fox asks, was there any other games you filmed/liked before Splatoon? Yes, Sonic Adventure, as I previously said a little earlier, was a game that I poured a lot of time into. And Team Fortress 2, which I filmed a lot of, as well as Gary's Mod, I filmed a lot of way back in the day. And Minecraft. I've always loved Minecraft since 2012, so I mean, yeah. I'm an old head when it comes to Minecraft. So yes, I've loved a lot of games before Splatoon, but currently Splatoon is my my new love, my beloved. So Sonic Adventure, Minecraft, and Team Fortress 2, and Garry's Mod. Thank you, Hungrybox. Next question. Sam Jones asks, is Splatoon your all-time favorite game, or do you have a different one? My all-time favorite game is Sonic Adventure 2 Battle. Yes, Splatoon, however, is climbing up those ranks like a wolf who hasn't eaten in days. So, yes. I actually got similar questions from both my friends Squix2K and Akakira. Basically is, what would you like to make in the future / plan for the future? I don't know, more ambitious stuff. Definitely planning on releasing a couple of shorts that I have also in the back burner, that I just haven't fully written down and finalized. They're kind of just sort of vague, and I would like to release them to the public, or eventually at least just the storyboards of those, and see what people think, you know? Definitely bigger projects like that would be very interesting. And maybe a couple of collaborations that involve a lot of people would be very cool. My cool friend Haya asks, your opinion on Never Gonna Give You Up by Rick Astley? Certified hood banger. Olive asks, how many hours of your life does it usually take to make an animation? 6 months. No, but for real though, if I'm really on it, probably 2 to 3 weeks. It does take quite a while. It's a lot of freaking drawing. Even the animation that is in the beginning of this video was kind of, sort of, very rushed, and I wish I had a lot more time or motivation on it than really anything. It was very taxing on me, emotionally, as it was just a little too much, but I would love to do more. Seriously, it takes a while. TLDR, it takes a while, okay? But thank you, Olive, for the question. Next question, let's go. Joshy Boy asks, I might not good at questions, but do you like hot chocolate with whip or no whipped cream? Personally, me, I mean, I don't really care if it has whipped cream or not. It's hot chocolate, and hot cocoa is different. I prefer to have hot chocolate without cream and hot cocoa with cream. One of my best and oldest friends in the world, Pyrus Inc., asks, dang dude, congrats. I was wondering, what's your general experience doing YouTube and editing and whatnot been like? You've been in video production in one form or another for years, and you've really come a long way. What are some interesting things you've noticed as you get more experience in the scene? Also, heck yeah, I love your animations! Well, first, thank you, Pyrus. Appreciate it. It means a lot coming from you. And second, a lot of the things I've learned when being in some sort of video production, for those who don't know, that's why this video exists. I have been in one form or another in video production for quite a long time. And what I've noticed is that a lot of people don't like sharing their tips and tricks with other people. However, that's not saying everyone in editing communities and just being a general YouTuber. There's a lot of people who just make their YouTube channels just to teach people how to edit, and that's awesome to me. And generally, when first starting out on YouTube, definitely back in 2013, 14, 15, and 16, it was a lot harder to get a footing and figure out what to do, what you needed to actually start a YouTube channel and upload, and what people were looking for. Definitely as the landscape further industrialized, as I'll use, it has become a lot easier for new and even old creators to learn a lot of things very quickly. So I am grateful for that. And I guess an interesting thing is it's more or less a lot of communities are split inside their own communities. So mainly it's usually split in between people who treat it as a hobby and people who treat YouTube as a career path. So there's some people who are just focused on numbers, just focused on collaboration, just focused on that things. And I respect the grind. Of course, some people like that are not very fun to communicate with a lot because that's all they talk about when it comes to YouTube stuff, and they don't talk about anything else. While a lot of people treat it, well, a majority of the people on here treat it as just a hobby, in which, you know, I treat it as a hobby, and I enjoy just, you know, being involved with communities and all that stuff. So, yeah. Probably one thing is that if you ask nicely, most likely people will share what they know. And one golden rule is to not plagiarize, because if you plagiarize, you're just gonna get straight up canceled, my guy. Like, straight up. Inspiration and plagiarism are two different things. So yes, take inspiration from others and do it your own way, and spin it around to make it something very unique. So, yeah, that's all I really have to say. It's a long question, so, yes, thank you, Pyrus. I miss you. Next question. Blingy asks, do you watch any other Splattubers? If so, who? Plus, congrats on 400. You deserve way more. Grrr. By the way, happy early birthday. Mine is August 4th, so same month. Yo, same month. Leopog, lion. I do watch other Splattubers. I watch Fantastic, the one and only GG Gabriel Gaming, other friends of mine who are in the community, Starlit Siren, Gridith, Epi, Octoboy especially, that SRB dude, awesome guy. I watch my good old friend Vic Vion, Squidman, Bosco, Octoling Hacker, but you know, she's kinda doesn't upload all that often. I mainly listen to her music a lot and check out and watch her streams, mainly just kind of lurk there. But yeah, Fyrus, of course, what a lad. I watched The Barry. He's not really a Splattuber, he's more of a streamer, but I watch him a lot. Very cool guy. And Milana, but again, she's also not a Splattuber, more of a streamer and competitive announcer and all that jazz. So, and yeah, I think that's everyone I can think of off the top of my head. I do watch a lot of my friends a lot, and I know there's also a lot more people I do watch, but again, this video is already long enough, so there's a lot of people I watch. So, yeah, I couldn't list them all, so. Next question. Thank you. Shins asks, hey Weebird, I've seen you do some certain voice impressions. Can you do an impression of Professor Egad? I mean, I can try. I've never really tried. Hold on. That's my best impression. Luigi! That's turning more into Mario. Luigi, help! You gotta get me out of this painting! Marcy Beauclair asks, which one is your least favorite to play against? The Dynamo, the Bob Lobbler, or the Clash Blaster? I would have to say the Bob Lobber. It is quite annoying, but the Clash Blaster is equally as annoying. The Dynamo, if you just know how to outmaneuver, you can get around them. But granted, I have luck with that as well. But definitely Bob Lobber and Clash Blaster would have to be neck and neck. But Bob Lobber, if it was in between them two, it'd probably be the Bob Lobber. So thank you, Marcy. Let's continue. Dreamland D asks, question, what is your favorite animal? And do you want to know mine? Okay, unscramble this anagram to find out what it is. Man, it's easy, I think. Only 4 letters. Oh, I can't figure out. It couldn't be wolf. It couldn't be owl. It could be elf. It'd be Alf the alien. I think that's your favorite animal. My favorite animal would have to be just any feline in general, really. I like Bengals. Like, look at these dudes. Oh, also lynx. Look at them. Big flopper. Look at him. Look at him. My friend Mega Golden Gamer asks, what's your favorite part about being on YouTube? I don't know. Just making content and then not having to go through a board of directors or something like that, or the FCC, and mainly just kind of making whatever I want, and kind of contributing to what I've been like consuming from the site for years and actually making stuff to fill the content void. I don't know. My favorite part is just being here. It's just making content and probably seeing people actually enjoy my content is a huge thing for me. I just want to make people laugh at the end of the day or make their day just a little bit better, even if it's not the best day in their life. Yeah, I would just say that. It just feels nice. It just feels nice. I wouldn't say I really have a favorite part. I would just say all of it's my favorite part, to simplify. J-Dog asks, did anyone inspire you to start YouTube? If so, who? I would say the person who started, well, like, maybe want to pursue YouTube as something as more along the lines of something as a creative outlet would probably be Sky Does Minecraft, honestly. And we're talking way back in the day, but that would be the first person to start me doing YouTube videos around 2013 to 2014. So, yeah, and I would have to say Sky Does Minecraft was the first person to inspire me to want to make videos. And then later on, other YouTubers such as Octoboy, Internet Historian, Rebel Taxi, and many, many others that I enjoy watching constantly, inspire me to keep making new things and continue to grow. Also, Octoboy was a huge inspiration for me to get into Splatoon. So, fun fact there. Yeah, and eventually later on, just joining the whole community was just breathtaking, shall say the least. But yes, I would say Sky Does Minecraft, J-Dog. Thank you for the question. Let's move on. IK Red asks, how did you meet your YouTube friends? I met my YouTube friends through just, I don't know, streaming, mainly. How I met my first YouTube friends would probably be most of the house, or all of the house. Yeah, most of the house, and then later all of what would be known as the house. I would say my first YouTube friend would have to be Ninjam, really. Realistically, we were just kind of there, and then later on just kind of became pretty good friends later on, just because he liked my content and I didn't know who he was. He's like, do you know who we are? And I was like, I don't know. This was on a live stream too, so yeah, I think the archive exists, but I don't think it's publicized or unlisted. I think it's privatized, so because the audio is quite bad. So yeah. How I met all of them, mainly it started from there and just through live streams, and then through Discord. I joined a bunch of Splatuber Discord servers, rose through the ranks to eventually be classified as a YouTuber, and then later on just started interacting with people like around my subscriber level or lower than me or higher than me, and then just, I don't know, just kind of kept talking and making friends, and then eventually I got invited to some stuff, and yeah, now I have a large amount of people who I met through YouTube, who I wouldn't change anything for the world, for real. Thanks, Red. You made me go down memory lane, and I very much appreciate it. Ya boy Blaze asks, congrats on 400 subscribers. Question, do you like pizza? Absolutely, the Italiano speaks within me. So yes, I love pizza. 2, if the first question is true, what type? I'm prepared to getting roast. Pineapple. I really like pineapple pizza. Hawaiian pizza is great. You can burn me at the stake in the comments. Yeah, but I don't care. Hawaiian pizza is my favorite. Question 3, best waifu? I would have to say Mitsuru from Brand New Animal. I really like that anime. I would have said Ram, but should probably use auto drip though, if you know what I'm meaning. Thank you, Blaze. Next question. A Squidman asks, how can I be epic like you? It's pretty simple. You drink the gamer essence. Yeah, you just become epic, my boy. But if you want a serious answer, dedication, hard work, and be very open to criticism. And don't take anything personally. Take everything online with a grain of salt. Yeah, and that should be your foundation. So, with that, get creating. But I also see you as very epic Squidman, so I mean, and Junharo dasayo, my good lad. My good old girl Plazafully asks, when you started this channel, what was your plan or vision for it? My vision for it was basically, when I first started YouTube, I started YouTube as just a solo creator. Then later on, I brought on my IRL friends, and it started as a gaming channel. So I wanted, since like the channel that I grew up as like a solo channel, then turned into a community channel, I wanted to branch out and do my own thing. So I made a secondary channel to be a dumping ground for stupid skits I found funny, as well as animation, because I was already exploring that realm already, and I wanted to upload my content over there, as well as voice acting stuff and all that jazz. Roll around late 2018, and I got into Splatoon, and I was just super obsessed with that, and I started uploading. I uploaded the Smash Brothers Ultimate video, Smash Boy Bebop, and then, my first clip show back in 2019, and the rest is history. Basically, the clip show started as just what the channel was intended to be, which was just a dumping ground for all my stupid ideas, but now it's mainly Splatoon. It's still going to be a dumping ground for most of my ideas, but yeah, mostly Splatoon nowadays. So, yeah, if you told me I was making Splatoon content in the future, I would have freaking laughed at you. But, who's laughing now? Thank you, Plazzy, for the question. Let's move on. We're in the narrow stretch. My good old friend, Joner603 asks, are there ever points in your career where you feel really unmotivated to stream or make videos? If so, how do you overcome them? Well, for the longest time, the reason why I wanted to answer this one in particular is because mainly that's why I haven't been posting videos on this channel, and mainly that's why I have been neglecting to get and stick on my schedule, is just unmotivated to do so. And what I've mainly right now have been focused on is mainly through giving myself daily regimens on how much to do, and if I can do them, reward myself with things such as, I don't know, my favorite snack, or be watching my favorite thing, and fairly recently actually just repeating the line of be productive today and that has actually been working, surprisingly. So I've been reading a lot of reading mainly in my free time, so some psychology stuff and other mental health books to get me back into shape, because for anyone who doesn't know, I've been suffering through depression for quite a while, and I still don't think I'm fully out of it either, mainly because I was pulled out of therapy too early. And however, I'm trying to overcome that myself. A lot of the things that my former therapist gave me has been working really well. And so, yeah, mainly just believe that you can do it, give yourself rewards, take breaks, and keep on it. And make a to-do list. Make a to-do list. Because if you don't make a to-do list, you're going to neglect so many things. If you have a newer phone, newer phones usually have like a business mode, and I turn my business mode when I need to get something done. So basically it cuts off Twitter, Discord, any distractions, YouTube sometimes, if it's that bad, and my attention span and other stuff is just weary and just all that jazz, I'll disable it and not even pay attention to it for the entire day. So yeah, mainly it's cutting out that bad habit. Getting up early, being productive, especially in the beginning, the first 4 hours of the day is like when you're the most energized. So it's very important that you get a lot of your important stuff done right away early in the morning. But basically after you've eaten something, you have to at least eat something before you start the day. So make sure to eat something. Doesn't necessarily have to be healthy, but has to be it prefer to be healthy, but if you can't, and you know what, I'm not gonna bark at you for not. Yeah, I'm more or less just trying to recoup for myself. But just keep on it. But know that people, it doesn't matter. You know, one thing about being a small YouTuber is that it really doesn't matter about the quality of your videos. It really just matters of the person behind the screen, because mainly I don't even watch. There's some people who I watch who can't edit for crap, but I stick around for their personality, and just overall, you know, just them. I stick around for them. So know that people actually like give somewhat of a crap about your stuff, and that's what usually keeps me going and keeps me motivated to make more. Also, get outside. Go outside for at least like 50 to 20 minutes. Even if there's nothing going on, especially in the quarantine. But even if it's just your backyard or porch, patio, or even just the sidewalk, just sit outside for about 20 minutes. It's really nice. And it gets you motivated. And to view different scenery, and if you're in a creative rut, look up something weird, something random, and try to get inspired from that weird and random exploratory path you took that day. So, yeah. Not the best healthy advice, but definitely some advice that people need to hear. So, yeah. Thank you, Joner. OctoKid asks, if there's something I must ask, it's, what's your favorite snack to eat during a movie? You can say more than one. No popcorn. I would have to say I usually go for Reese's, Bunch of Crunch, and Dibs ice cream. That's usually what I go for. Mainly Bunch of Crunch, because I could usually only find them in the theater. They're freaking good. Thanks, OctoKid. And that was it. That was the Q&A. First, I know there was a couple of people I left that I cut out of the video. Some people requested to be cut out, mainly because it would make the video too long, and others I had to because the video would be super long, and it's already been 5 months. So, yeah, the Q&A video is finally done. Congrats! If you made it this far, you're a freaking legend. Like, bro, look at you go. That's 37 minutes of just me talking. I mean, that's like an average live stream, but like, you know. So, a little updates. After this video, I'm going to continue still making videos. I'm actually going to continue making another video that I've had on the back burner for a long time, and I'm excited to work on it. And, yeah, I'm excited to work on it, like, super excited. I want to thank every single one of you, individually every one of you, for having the patience with me throughout this whole thing. The amount of patience you guys have is incredible, and, you know, I couldn't ask for any fan base, like, I couldn't be more grateful to have a fan base who's like this. Seriously, I very much appreciate that you deal with my shenanigans. I wouldn't say deal, but understand the predicaments that I'm in. And yes, I'm gonna shut up. You're probably gonna go on your merry way. But let's just say what I have planned next is going to be very interesting.